Hi, I'm Susan Kennard, and it's been a couple of weeks before I have done a live on my YouTube channel. So apologies for that, and thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. I wanted to announce the winner of the channeled reading. So they just need to contact me with an email to susan@susankennard.co.uk and birthday 11. And so that is somebody called Sugar Magnolia. So Sugar Magnolia, you left a comment and a like on my channel. And so I put all the names into a hat on that day, and yours is the one that came out. So congratulations on winning a channeled reading with me. So just contact me at susan@susankennard.co.uk. And I will be doing other freebies and giveaways to people throughout my channel. So just watch out for that. Make sure you've subscribed. Okay, so I'm back. I had a week off where I wasn't feeling too well, and my guides were like, you just need to rest. And my assistant as well, just had to reschedule everyone. So it doesn't happen very often, and the last time it happened was 2 years ago. So today, what I really wanted to do was to welcome you to the energy of the I Am presence. So when you think about yourself as an incredible being of light, having a human experience, you can see yourself as having a vehicle for your soul. So if you think about your vehicle being your barometer for your soul, the messages in your body, that's one aspect. But when we think about the I am presence, then we're really looking at that true soul essence that we are. Okay, can you see these lines coming across my screen? It's quite funny, actually. It's because the sun is reflecting, and it's going to change in a moment, but the sun is reflecting. So it's quite nice to have the sun reflecting on me as I'm doing this live. So if you think of it that way and think about us, having this incredible I am presence, the words I am are really about our sovereignty. So we can say I can or I cannot, but when we actually come into I am, we forget about I am black, I am white, I am a woman, I am a man. We just come into the I am. And so it just cuts out all of the preconceived ideas of our identity of who we are, and cuts right back to the true essence of who we are. Okay. So I have the I am presence, but I'm choosing to be a woman in this lifetime. Okay. So I'm expressing myself as a woman, but I am in my true I am presence, which essentially is sort of like your God presence. So isn't it interesting what's happening in the world at the moment when we're looking at all of these different terminologies? I know my children are definitely talking to me about that. And they're saying that there's the binary and the non-binary and all of this. And they're hearing it from their peer groups, which is really interesting. And, I say to them, well, really, I get it, I understand it, because we're coming back to, during this ascension process, we're coming back to remembering that we are none of those things, that we are this I am presence, this true soul having and choosing a human experience at this time. Okay, so just think on that for a moment. Yeah. How much are you in alignment with your I am presence? Are you identifying as the worker, the person who does this, the person who has this? Or are you coming back to that true soul knowing, which is the I am presence? So let's come into our hearts. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a little meditation. I see Ashtar with me and Jeshua as well. And they are two that channel through me at the moment, and Mother Mary as well. And quite often the Palladians will come in too. I see them to the right hand side of me, just in the energy here. But let's come into our hearts and do a meditation. And then afterwards, I have my beautiful cards here. So I'm going to pull some cards for the energy of what's happening now, and in the sense of us coming home to our I am presence. And let's see what the guides have to say about that today. Okay, so let's come into our heart space. Okay. And just breathe into your heart. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And close your eyes if you wish. I want you just to imagine that your heart is filling up with golden light and expanding out through every single cell of your body. And imagine each one of them lighting up, helping us to listen to our body more, listen to what our body is trying to communicate to us. Any messages. Just imagine the whole of your body lighting up. And so you could see yourself as a golden light, sparkling. Good. And then I want you to imagine that you can feel or see that star under your feet, which is your Earth star. And just for this moment, connect with the feeling that you're always supported by Mother Earth, by being human, and that all your needs are met from a physical human perspective. And just connect with the feeling of peace of that your financial needs are met, your emotional needs are met, your physical body needs are met. All of those 3D things that make us human. How does it feel to know that all of that is met? Good. Take a deep breath and then imagine above your head that you can see a beautiful star, and this is your soul star. And this truly connects you to the unified light of consciousness. And I want you to imagine that there is a platinum golden light coming down from that star all the way through you. And it settles in your heart. And it's silvery white, golden, platinum, a high vibration. And within that beautiful golden white light is the memory of the essence, the soul essence, the I am presence. And I want you just to connect with that true part of you that has all the answers for you. It knows exactly what you need, what choices to make for your highest and best good. Never from fear, always from love. So I want you just to connect with that light and think about something that you wanted an answer to, or you might want an answer to, or some clarity. And just come into that I am presence. And I want you to imagine that you could talk to that I am presence. And you could ask anything you want and you can receive the answer. So just take that moment and ask. And listen. Take a deep breath. And then I want you to say out loud, if possible, I am. I am. I am. And then smile. Even if you didn't feel like smiling, smile. And then come back to me. Good. So you should be feeling more peaceful. You should be feeling more connected. So let's just pull a couple of cards here and see what the guides want to tell us. Let me just have a chat. See who wants to come in. It's Ashtar. I do see Jeshua as well, really strongly featuring right now. So let's just ask, so what do you want us to know? Let's have a look. So this is a card that says contemplation, silence, knowing, releasing control. I love this. So have a look at this. Let me see if I can get this on the screen. Can you see? There we go. It's like almost like a Buddha, but I love that star. So beautiful. And the feeling I get from this is coming into the silence is really, really key for us, especially now. And finding that inner knowing, like we did that process just then, really coming into that inner knowing, that true soul essence I am, knowing. And releasing control is really interesting because what do we try and do? We just try and have control over everything, don't we? We try to, well, if I do that, then that will happen. Or if I don't do that, then that will happen. And we're concerned about that. And we try to manipulate and control things to make ourselves feel safe. So what Jeshua is saying, and I see him stepping in here quite strongly, is he's saying that it is about trust and surrender, and I know he speaks about that a lot, definitely through me. And he's saying that when you can trust and surrender, then you're actually coming into that place of that I am presence and that in knowing, and you don't need control. You don't need to have control because you are in that trust and that I am presence. And what he's showing me as I see him stepping in here is clairvoyantly that the answers are always within our heart. And when he walked the earth plane, then he walked the earth plane in his heart. He was very heart-centered and always gave from his heart, he said. And this is the key to our this is Ashtar coming in here. It's the key to our ascension process of remembering that we are these divine beings of light and that we are multidimensional in our essence, that yes, we're physical now, but that we are multidimensional. So I'm just going to see if he's got a card. What would he like to say? Okay, what would you like to say, Ashtar? So beautiful, right? So identity, self-love and acceptance. So this is reflective truth, identity, self-love and acceptance. So if you have a look at this card, can you see? It's a reflection, isn't it? So as we look at ourselves, as we look at our selves in the mirror, we're also looking at ourselves in every other person. Ashtar's saying here, we're looking at ourselves in every other person. So as I look at you and you look at me, we are looking at ourselves. And so if there's something that we don't like about what we see in another, then this is the time to come into self-reflection, he says, because as we are, thank you, connecting with our true multidimensional self, we are also healing many timelines, he says, from times before. So we're healing the past timelines, which are always in the present, of course, and we are catapulting ourselves onto new timelines into the future, which is now. Kind of makes sense, right? So if we look at ourselves in this now I am presence, he's saying, then looking at the timeline that we're on now, when we are reflecting a timeline where we feel completely at ease, completely at peace, then we know we're on our optimal timeline, our multidimensional optimal timeline self. If we see something that we feel uncomfortable with, or we feel that is something that we kind of want to change, then we know that we're in a timeline where we can do that inner work. That's really helpful, actually, what he's saying. So what he's also saying is that you can call him in, and, you know, the Galactic Federation, many beings of light working with us right now. So he's not just working with me, he's working with many, many, many people. And you can call Ashtar in to help you, he's saying, shift timelines. That's really cool. So healing the aspects of ourselves. And he shows me into the physical body, and he's showing me the heart self. Thank you. So he's talking about the heart field and how we can shift what's in our heart, the pain, the guilt, the shame, the fear, which is really not true. It's only from the sum of the parts of other timelines and our ancestors and our epigenetics that we've brought in to heal. And I see he's showing me, thank you, the volcanoes in the world at the moment, and La Palma, and obviously in Hawaii. And he's showing me the healing of the frustration. And we are that reflection, he's saying. Yeah. And I'm seeing it calming down. So I'm feeling this frustration is going to come to a point, and then it's going to calm down. So that's really, really beautiful. Okay. Anything else you want to say? One more card. Okay. Okay. So this is Mother Mary. So Mother Mary steps in. She always works with the inner child. What do you want to say, Mother Mary? Interesting. Okay. So this is the throat energy, throat portal. Speak your truth, courage, and suppression. So when we don't speak our truth, then we are being suppressed in our light, she's saying. And the childhood aspects, thank you, the childhood aspects come up to be healed. Freedom, thank you, yeah. Look at that, it's like an activation. If you just really focus in on that, feel it in your throat, just ask, surrender. Any times in your childhood that you could not speak your truth, just surrender it now. Take a deep breath. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. So speaking your truth is really, really important, and owning as well, taking responsibility for our own truth. Okay. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Definitely like and subscribe, and make sure that you see when I go live. I'm going to try and go live once a week. Hopefully it will be on a Monday, but today I just needed to do it on this day. If you want to join me next week on Monday, I've got a retreat in the afternoon. Just go over to my website, susankennard.co.uk, and you can join the retreat. And we're going to be putting everyone, we meaning my guides, into a freedom chamber. So a galactic healing crystal chamber where you're going to be releasing everything that stopped you from feeling free and bringing in activations for freedom. So you might fancy that. We did a really beautiful one a couple of weeks ago, which was around universal love, which you can get the replay of if you want to. But on Monday, we're going to be doing this crystal healing chamber of freedom. So if you feel like you'd like some more freedom in your life, then maybe you'd like to join us. If you would like to join any of my other groups, We do astrology, so twice a month I look at the astrology intuitively. So the new moon in Scorpio is next week. So I'll be doing a new moon astrological event, which is a donation basis. Just pop over to my website and you can find all of that. And don't forget, there's a free video course on my website. So when you subscribe to my newsletter, there's a button you can click which says free gift, and you get a free video course called Awaken the Light Within. So much love for now. I will see you very soon, and take care of yourself, and remember, I am.